Jason Chaffetz, Fox News contributor and former Republican congressman from Utah. So how important is this issue? And isn't it also interesting that while Kamala Harris has to deal with how different or not different she is from Joe Biden, something else is heating up. And that is the fact that she's focused all of her energy now on Trump.
Well, that's the only thing she's got. She doesn't have any policy that's going to compel people to come to the polls. She's upside down on everything. Everything she told us every single step of the way about the economy, about safety, about security, about the border, about inflation, about what's going on overseas. She's just absolutely backwards. She has no plan to deal with energy. She has no plan to deal with illegal immigration. So, of course, the only thing you're going to go with is being anti-Trump. And look, these last few days, they've been really bad days for Kamala Harris. And when she actually has to do an interview and answer a question, she makes things worse, not better.
So talk to me a little bit about, the downstretch. You've held office before. You've been, you've campaigned, and you were a chairman of a committee. So,
right.
So the campaign continues even once you're on the Hill, I would imagine. So what is this last stretch of 13 days supposed to look like for these candidates? And you say she's failing. How do you measure that?
Well, she took the day off yesterday. That's a pretty bad sign. She has 3 senators on the Democratic side of the aisle, or wannabe senators, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, running ads touting their proximity to Donald Trump and his economic plan. They don't mention Kamala Harris. They mention Donald Trump. That's a really, really bad sign if you're trying to become the next president of the United States of America. And everybody in the world saw the mental decline of Joe Biden over the last year or so. For her to say, oh, I didn't see anything. Are you kidding me? It was there for everybody to see. There's a reason why he was booted out of the party and she was installed. She can't be candid about that. That just leads you to believe she's not going to be candid about anything that really matters.
Yeah. Well, again, 13 days to go, and some Democrats, you said it first. She was off yesterday. Now, she said, her team said on her behalf she was getting ready for the Telemundo interview, so on and so forth. She had a couple of interviews. But Democrats, some of them are really not happy about this move. The Harris campaign is planning to take more time off or out on this final stretch to make some red state stops. Vice President Kamala Harris, who heads to Pennsylvania today, will hold a rally in Texas on Friday. Her running mate, Governor Walz, will hit Kentucky, and the second gentleman visits Florida. Not one of those states is in play for Kamala Harris. So it's not time off, but it is time out from shoring up her blue wall. Democrats are essentially freaking out over deadlocked polling between the VP and former President Trump. And former President Obama had an interesting take on the current numbers.
We know this election is going to be tight. As a country, we've been through a lot over the last few years. We forget sometimes. A historic pandemic wreaked havoc on communities, on families, on businesses. And then disruptions from the pandemic caused price hikes.
The Wall Street Journal writes this: Democrats are growing more anxious over deadlocked race. Harris's inability to establish a lead and potential cracks in blue wall states are stirring fears in a party scarred by its 2016 loss. Journalists from outlet after outlet now reporting the warning signs are clear for the vice president. On cue, some in the liberal media melting down a bit.
I'm starting to worry about the polls because I see a lot of the media saying that he's leading and everybody's getting nervous and all that.
That's why they're saying it.
But they're doing that on purpose.
Yes.
I don't understand how my fellow Americans, I don't even understand how this election is close.
How did we get here? How is the race this close?
This race will be far too close. Because unfortunately, we do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men.
Why is basically every public pollster saying the election is way too close to call? In other words, what is this election really about?
What is it that's going on here that has allowed this election to be so close?
Wow, blaming black men, white men. Do they not like men voters at this point because they can't woo them? I mean, this is a lot.
They've never understood the American voter. And hey, Kamala Harris, why don't you come campaign in Provo, Utah? See how that goes for you. Maybe that'll help drive you to victory. The idea that she's spending time in states that she has absolutely no chance of winning is stunning. She did an event with Liz Cheney. I thought her whole campaign was supposed to be about joy. Are you kidding me? Do you think anybody follows Liz Cheney out there and says, oh, goodness, that was joyful. That was really good. This makes absolutely no sense. It's one of the worst run campaigns. The problem is Kamala Harris is the problem. More Kamala Harris means she loses votes. More cowbell leads to her declining in the polls. So I think the campaign has said, hide her. Don't put her out there. Don't do interviews. Go to states that don't matter. And hopefully people will not see and hear you. It's exactly what happened in 2020. She came out strong. She was right at the top. She was raising the most money. And yet she was the first to drop out because the more people heard from her, the more they disliked her, to the point she had to drop out before even the first vote.
Point. And who beat her? Her boss, the one that they shoved aside. And then in an interview a few minutes ago, as we showed, she says you have to ask him, meaning Biden, if there's any other reason why he left other than that debate. Yeah, that's a friend. A new Washington Post poll shows slightly more registered voters in battleground states say they trust former President Trump over VP Kamala Harris to handle threats to democracy. Those numbers appear to undercut the vice president's argument that Trump is a threat to democracy. Yesterday, President Biden doubled down on that argument while urging people to vote.
Folks, there's so much at stake. So please, I know you'll all vote, but please call your neighbors, get your friends, get your relatives, get them to vote, because this is the nation's democracy, in my view, depends on it.
Your reaction?
Yeah, that's pretty rich coming from the party that installed somebody as their nominee without getting a single vote. Again, the total opposite is true. It's just projection in the worst possible way. And by the way, put him in New Hampshire. Good. I'm glad he's campaigning in New Hampshire at this point.
Yeah, you know what was interesting, too, just real quickly to follow up on something you said. You said she's going to places, Kamala Harris now, taking time out of trying to shore up the Democrat vote in those blue wall states to go to places you say she can't win. Well, maybe she's looking across the political aisle and saying, well, Trump is going to New York. Yeah, Trump is coming here because they have a real big issue with all the sourcing that went away from its own citizens. Chicago knows a little taste of this. Other blue cities do, to pay the bills of the illegal immigrants that have come in. So, yeah, he's going to be in Madison Square Garden. Maybe she's trying to be Trump.
Yeah, it's also the media center of this country and is going to absolutely rock. And he's actually trying to make it work for him in New York and New Jersey. And it's not outside of his reach.
Jason Chaffetz, always good to see you. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.